welcome back to another episode of What's for Dinner. So tonight we are having Chile Verde. Yum! So we're starting off with this pork roast. You cut it up into your desired pieces. I chose to go about a medium size, and I just seasoned it with some salt and some pepper. Nice and simple because the flavor is coming from the sauce. So I did not add too much oil into the pan because I did leave a little bit of the fat on the pork so that it would release its own juices. And then I went ahead and I sliced up half of an onion and I threw that in there. If you don't really like big pieces of onion in your food, you can always just cube it up and put it into the oil so that you still get the flavor without having the big old pieces of onion. I like it, so I left it like that. And yes, we are added bacon to it. Yum! So just like with the pork pieces, you just cut up the bacon however big you want it. I chose to go, once again, not too big and not too small, so I just kind of cut it up like so. And if you want crispy bacon in your chile verde, which is also pretty good, you can always fry your bacon pieces first and then go ahead and cook your pork roast in the bacon fat, which is a yum alternative. This time I just went ahead and added it to the meat and let it cook all together. Just made it a little bit faster for me. So you're just going to cut up all of your bacon and throw it in with the pork and let them kind of cook together and kind of get the same flavorings with each other. With this dish, be careful with the salt content that you add because you are adding bacon, so that is a little bit it has its own salt, so just be careful with that. Keep that in mind. Look at that. Yummy, yum, yum. So the bacon will kind of break apart on its own as it's cooking, so you don't really have to worry about separating it before you add it into the pot. See, like that. I kind of just left it like that, moved it around a little bit, but it kind of just breaks apart on its own once it starts cooking and rendering down, so you don't really have to worry about that. And while that's cooking, we're going to start on our salsa. So in a pot, I added a little bit less than quarter of an onion, just a little piece of onion, and then I added some water and I added 14 tomatillos, 1 Anaheim pepper that I cut up, and 3 jalapenos. This was not spicy at all in my opinion, so if you wanted spicier, you could add some serranos or just a few more jalapenos. And then you just, once the tomatillos start losing their bright green color, then you want to take them out just so that you don't overcook them and throw them in your blender. I added a bunch of cilantro and I seasoned the sauce with ground cumin, some culito de pollo, black pepper, and that's pretty much it. And then once it's all blended, you go ahead and you add it to your meat. So you're just going ahead and add it to your meat, mix it around, and then once it comes to a boil, taste it for salt, and then that's when you can add some more salt or culito de pollo if you feel like it needs some more. And while that's coming to a boil, I went ahead and I added mushrooms. This is also optional. I just really like mushrooms with pretty much anything. And I also added 3 cebollitas, 3 of these onions, and I let that come to a simmer and just boil down and just kind of get to a certain thickness that you want. It's totally up to you. Look at that. Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering. So while that's coming to a boil, I went ahead and started on my sides. I just made a cauliflower rice with this, sauteed it with some green beans, and served. Hope you guys like it, and I'll see you next week. Bye.